Trying out a funky list today. We got 2 Life from the Loam and 1 Arboreal Grazer, replacing the 3 Elvish Spirit Guides. Running a full set of the 1 ring, 3 Pithing Needles. We also got 4 Once Upon a Time. Sideboard, we're doing a couple surgical extractions and full set of carpets. We cut 1 Force of Vigor, a couple Veil of Summers for all the scams, some combo, some blue decks. Just the 2 Ayabugan targets here, Emrakul and Ulamog. Those usually get the job done. Tabernacle, no Maze of Ith. Alright, we're on the play here finally. This looks like a fun hand to try out. We got some Life from the Loam action here. Let's do it. Lead off with Once Upon a Time. Okay, let's see here. We can take the Endurance here. That's some insurance against any graveyard shenanigans. And we could either lead on Pithing Needle or Elvish Reclaimer. I think Reclaimer is the way to go. If we get to untap with this Reclaimer, things will be looking pretty good. Alright, looks like we're gonna most likely get a Reclaimer activation here. We'll save this needle for something else. Reclaimer helps us play around Wasteland. Looks like a possible initiative deck. What does this guy do? Boromir, Warden of the Tower. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, if no mana was spent to cast it, counter that spell. Seems pretty good. Sacrifice Boromir, Warden of the Tower. Creatures you control gain indestructible until end of turn. Then the ring tempts you. I'm alright with this. This shuts off Endurance, but it's a 3/3. Nothing too crazy. We're going to untap. And we're going to get a second Cloudpost. We got a crop rotation here. Now we could crop rot here for Glimmer Post and play the 1 ring, but I don't feel like we need to just yet. It would be nice to hit our land drops next turn, and we do need to draw into some business, so maybe that's not a bad idea. The only thing is we need to hit a green source. And it's like, do we want to give up our green source? But at the same time, here, we don't have a land drop next turn. So I think that might be the way to go, considering we are not playing against a blue deck. It's a little aggressive on my part here, but if Reclaimer sticks around, we can always get our green mana back. Touch the Spirit Realm. Alright, and they are tapped out, so that's cool. And we have Bosiju as well, which we could technically fetch for with Reclaimer and then sacrifice and then return to our hand with Life from the Loam. That's a pretty crazy line that we can do. Alright, so gonna get a Yamalaya, and I think we just cast Life from the Loam. Then we can play out our Caracas here and return that guy to their hand. I already am in love with Life from the Loam. This seems pretty awesome. Like, it basically just drew me 3 cards for 2 mana. Alright, so they're going to take the initiative. Is this mono white initiative? I haven't seen this deck in a while. Nope, there's a mountain. Looks like we are playing against the... And I don't think we're going to Loam here. I don't think we have a need to. Then again, it actually might be a good idea because we need to be able to find business here. sacrifice something and cast this next turn. Nah, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Let's cast Life from the Loam now. This Chalice is sure putting in a lot of work here. So I think the plan here is to go for Eye of Ugin. Take 6. Solitude. Yeah, take 6 damage, go back down to 20. And then here we'll get the Eye of Ugin. We'll sacrifice Yavimaya since we have another one in hand. Chrome Mox, okay. The other funky play we could do here is get back our one ring. But I think that's kind of a lot of work just for that. So we get a lot of damage coming in next turn, so that is something we have to start thinking about. So here, we're going to cast this guy. And then sacrifice this for Eye of Ugin. Then we can untap. And we're not going to loam. We're just going to draw another copy of the One Ring and be ridiculous. Okay, so that's 3, 6, 7. But if we make another Cloudpost, that's going to be 8 mana. So enough to search, but I think we're just going to play this super safe. And we got pretty much all of our bases covered here, I believe. So we'll just go with this. So next turn we'll have Emrakul mana. They do have a Solitude that we know about in hand. We also have an Ulamog here. And you see, this is one reason why the ring just really swings this matchup. Take a damage here. And let's see what we can draw and do here. I don't think we're going to... I guess we will. Take that back with 1. And then, let's see, for our second main phase here, I'm going to play out this Yavimaya. Here. So let's just lead off with this Ulamog here. And we'll get rid of both of their critters. We have Karakas to save our Ulamog if they try to Solitude. We can search up Emrakul at the end of their turn. And we can play this Expedition map into Chalice. Alright, so here comes the Solitude. And they did it in our main phase. That was probably not a great idea. Should have done it end of turn. Because now we get to cast it again. And we also get to start playing our 1-drops. Alright, so in come the Dismembers, in come the Force of Vigors, out goes Dark Depths because they have Solitude as well as other shenanigans such as Swords of Plowshares. I don't think the Needles are any good in this matchup really. And then we need to cut one more thing. Let's cut a... Let's see here. We can do a Once Upon a Time maybe. I kind of want those to find more land. Maybe Endurance? No, I never like to cut the last Endurance. It's always good to have the option to be able to shuffle your library back in if you want to. I really do like Life from the Loam this match. and I don't want to go any lower than 25 lands, so let's just shave a Once Upon a Time here. Right, this is an interesting hand. I think I like this actually a lot. We have the potential to get rid of a Magus of the Moon. If they're playing Blood Moon, we couldn't hit that, but yeah, this is looking solid. And since we have Yavimaya and Eye of Ugin, and we know this is not a Wasteland deck, we know that if they don't get a turn 1 Moon Effect or a Moon Effect soon, we'll be able to use our Eye of Ugin to generate green mana, which is great. And this is also one of those hands where it's like, okay, I'm glad we have Endurance because most likely we'll end up sacrificing Eye of Ugin, and Endurance is a way for us to get it back. Alright, so 4th Aerolingus. That's cool. That's actually interesting. I mean, they're gonna gain a lot of cards back probably. I'm kind of want to spend Dismember on this, but at the same time, I might not because we kind of want to save that for Magus of the Moon because that's really one of the blowout cards. Alright, so I think we're going to lead off on Once Upon a Time, of course. Can't forget about that. I think we're going to get Forest here, or Besiege You. I think Forest is the safe bet. Play a Reclaimer and pass it. They are going to draw another card, but this gives us some good counterplay, good plays. So they went kind of all in on that first hand with the idea that they're going to recoup the card disadvantage with the Monarch, which so far is true. Alright, Dungeoneer. So that trigger goes on the stack. Lots of card advantage here. I might want to dismember that, actually. So here we'll be able to take the initiative back, most likely, with this dismember, which will be cool. And then they'll get it back again. So it's kind of weird. This is like a potentially really fast Dark Depths hand here too, which is fascinating. I'm a little weary of attacking here because, well, they're going to steal it back either way. I think the play here is just to get rid of the Dungeoneer. Let's tap this mana properly though, because if they do have a Moon Effect, then we still have mana open whenever we want. Let's draw a card here. Get a basic land. That's some good value right there. You know, I might even just play Glacial Chasm here. Sounds freaking crazy, but we have the ability to stabilize, I think. Depends what they play as far as creatures go. That is a line we could take. And we have the resources to rebuild our mana. But I'm not sure if that's the direction we want to be going, really. Now let's see. Yeah, I think this is crazy, but let's do it. Alright, so they're going to steal the initiative back. Now they're digging for answers. I don't think that was the right play that we made, but it was definitely the fun play. Alright, so now we're going to get Forest here. And I think can just crop rotate for another Yavimaya. And then play a map. Play a Reclaimer. And pass it. I actually meant to attack there. That's okay. It's unfortunate, but gotta live with it. That was I tried to undo my F6 real quick and it didn't quite happen in time. So they're into hardcast solitude mode here. And Archon mode. Archon's a tough one to deal with, actually. We might just end up attacking them now. Let's do this. We'll pay 4 life. Oh, I couldn't have attacked them last turn. I had Glacial Chasm on. Silly. And I'll get Cloudpost. Play the post and pass it. Draw a card. Alright, that's great. If we can dodge a moon effect for one more turn, we're in a really good spot. Next upkeep, we can sacrifice Glacial Chasm for another post. That's rough. But I think we might still have enough mana to pay for the One Ring. So, as Anointed Peacekeeper enters the battlefield, look at an opponent's hand, then choose any card name. Spells your opponent's cast with the chosen name cost 2 colorless more to cast. Active abilities. The sources with the chosen name cost 2 more to activate unless they're mana abilities. So, now we're going to get rid of Glacial. Well, hold on, let's think about this. So we tap 2, we get rid of that, and let's say we get a Cloudpost. So then this one casts for 3, and then Glimmer Post is going to be 4. That's not enough, actually. So I think the proper thing to do here would be this is a tough call. So this is 2 counters on it. So we pay 4 life. Oh, I miscounted, didn't I? Yes, I did. I think I might have just punted right here. All we needed to do there was to sacrifice a Glimmer Post. So now what do we got? We got a Tabernacle. We're at 8. I think we just lose here, maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I might have just punted that one. But we do have both of these as blockers, so we can take 7 damage here. Alright, that's brutal. If they have a Solitude here, I think we lose. Yeah. Oh, Menace. Oh, so did we just lose 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? Yep. No? Yeah, we just lose. Punt. Alright, let's try it again. And hopefully not punt. Let's get the Dark Depths back in here just as a silver bullet. And we'll take out one card. Let's take out an expedition map. Or Life from the Loam. Alright, we will be on the play here. This looks pretty reasonable. Let's try it. This hand is soft to Magus of the Moon, but we can't just play solely around Magus of the Moon. We gotta kind of follow our own plan. If they play Chrome Mox, most likely we'll use Force of Vigor and blow that up, pitching Green Sun Zenith. Didn't realize how much time has gone by in this match. Oh, that's right, I'm playing first. City of Traders, then Chrome Mox would be awesome. Lotus Petal, not the one I was looking for. Swords to Plowshares. Alright, I'm fine with that. Sketchy hand my opponent kept. We got all the juice we need here. We could even search for another reclaimer, but I don't think that's really what we need right now. All we need is a green source. Now, do we pitch Force, or I feel like we pitch Force here. So if we hit Glimmer Post, then we can GSC for a prime time. Or Cloudpost. Is there any other way to... Yeah, we really need to hit another land drop. Come on, deck with a ton of land drops. Our opponent's in a rough position here. That might have been a game-winning play there with the that Chrome Mox blowing up. Alright, and here comes prime time. Gonna get that guy, get an Eye of Ugin and a Cloudpost. And I think that's probably a good game. I don't know. I guess if they Solitude, Primeval Titan, and land Magus, still next turn we dismember. Blood Moon could get us if they have Solitude plus Blood Moon. Alright, that's the match. Despite our huge punt game 2, we ended up getting it. And that is the power of the One Ring. And I'm liking this build with the 2 life from the Loams and the Arboreal Grazer instead of the Elvish Spirit Guides. It feels pretty sweet. I think I might play this list in the next 2K coming up next week.